We actually met in 2007. We both worked together at the same bar and restaurant.
No one.
The story of the movie?
Yeah.
The story of the movie centers on a couple, Tony and Leo, who are embarking on a quest to adopt a child. Several factors are going to stand in their way. One is that one of them is not so crazy about getting the baby in the first place. Leo, we need to take him.
Tony, you swore to me you would not get attached to this kid.
I know.
Is it?
I agree with that. I don't know what to say.
Give away too much.
Let me think about it.
The story really examines not just how the adoption process affects just Tony and Leo, but how it affects the group of friends, the places they work at, and just the massive impact that taking in a child into your life has. Leo, we talked about fostering a kid before.
Yes, Tony, a kid, not an infant. And you said so yourself. You said older kids have a harder time finding homes.
We could know what it's like to be dads from the very beginning. I mean, the first words, the first steps. We could have all that.
Who's going to take care of it?
I'm actually not even in my favorite scene. The character of Tony has a just real richly drawn character of a mother who has just some very vicious interactions with Leo.
Ask me tomorrow.
You'll be in a shitty mood tomorrow.
No, I won't.
I was in a shitty mood after we visit my mom. Delicious would probably be a good way to describe it for the audience.
It's mine, too. To me, it's funny to see how Leo can be motivated sort of almost unbeknownst to him. The mother just ticks the right boxes and pushes the right nerves and actually prompts Leo to come over to Tony's side. But then I love the scene where Leo and Tony have Tony's group of friends over for dinner as they're adjusting to the baby, and there's an argument up in the room with the baby monitor where Leo pretty much just talks about how he can't stand any of Tony's friends, and I'm just imagining the camera shot of all these blank faces at a dining table like, that bastard. The scenes that I love the most are the ones that just feel so honest and real, and I think would just resonate with anybody. I think it's just funny for people to see like, oh gosh, he doesn't get along with his friends. Someone's mother is a nightmare, or there's just work stress. It's like, that's, like, I think you kind of alluded to this earlier. The message of the movie isn't like, it's so hard being gay. It's more like the message is, it's so hard being alive. And the two characters happen to be gay, and the film is not about that. So in 2012, a lot of gay men's lives don't circle around those old political notions. They really do circle around like, let's buy a house, let's adopt a kid, let's move to a new city, let's figure out our money issues, let's find a way to balance our friends, you know, and that's it for me. That's the realness.
There's so many of the scenes in the movie that you could actually replace either of the characters and make it a heterosexual couple, and it'll still play exactly the same. It's exploring the relationship as a real relationship. It's not just a gay relationship, which is great.
It can't help but feel more interesting, though, that it is via a gay lens, so I really do think that's the more the better. I can't wait till there's a lot of TV shows where it's like, it's not even the premise, you know what I mean? It's just, this is the story.
It's part of the...
This is the story.
It's woven into the fabric.
It's as important as the fact that we have brown hair, you know what I mean? It's just like, what does that matter? It's post-gay, if you will.